start working out. This was like a struggle to carry. I usually don't start poems like this, but I was scared to write this one. It might get pretty dark. And almost all the time, I tend to shut out those alleys, the darkly, dimly lit corners of myself, because it's hard to face them alone. Anyway, I couldn't stop thinking about what this poem could be, so here it goes. A few days ago, I took a drive to clear my head, and I passed a cemetery. There's a lot of those in my town. When you grow up in a place that's old, you spend a lot of time looking at stones. The weather was cold. It was pouring down rain, just on the borderline where the drops begin to freeze, and my eyes started wandering off the road. I saw this girl, dressed to mourn, wearing deep blue and black, standing in front of somebody's grave, with her hands folded in front of her, and it struck me. I slowed down the car right in the middle of the road, came to a stop on that yellow line, and I watched her pray to someone who had long since died. Because here's what I forgot to mention. That graveyard hasn't been dug up in a long time. The cemetery adjacent to a crumbling church is over a century old, and it really hit me. I was just staring at this girl with the dark hair and the sad eyes and the blue clothes, standing in the pouring down rain, confiding in some kind of angel from a different time. And it really started to hit me as I sat in the driver's seat, my windshield wipers working overtime and my caution lights on. It is amazing how people continue to touch you so long after they're gone. This girl, she had to be going through something immense, and this person buried below her was the one to help her. And it made me think, I bet they healed a lot of people while they were still here. I only wish I knew who I was talking about. As I finished my route, I started thinking a lot. About death, about life too. I tend to talk to myself. I started questioning everything that I am, who I want to be, and I came up with a couple of things I need to say. Don't cry for me when I'm gone. I do enough crying myself right now to cover any tear deficit that may be in existence. And who said existing has to be a chore? Your life is so much more than a task that needs to be check-marked off of a list of things to get done in the universe. Believe it or not, I believe you should live for others. And the whole purpose puzzle piece of this weird concept we call living will finally start to make a picture. Maybe it will be a waterfall or whatever you think is scenic, and you'll like it. Call me crazy, but there are more important things in life than a number on a paycheck. And sorry if I sound kind of preachy, because I'm only 19, and also I have a midlife crisis almost daily, so I don't know if you want advice from me. But here's what I'm getting at. Remember the alleys I talked about? They're the kind you throw a stone down, and you don't hear an echo back. Well, I have those inside of me. And chances are we all do, even if it's in some small way. So what I'm trying to say is I'm going to address those now. I used to forget how to breathe. I mean, not literally, but I would get so caught up with the bad, what could go wrong, where my life was going, or where it wasn't. And just because I didn't see a clear path at the time, I just shut down, sort of gave up. And eventually, I became numb. You can't walk around feeling nothing when this world has so much to touch. Look, you don't have to listen to me. All I'm saying is if you feel this way, you're just looking at the wrong map. Because I was. You'll find that path. Just don't stop looking for it. Turn the lights on in your alleys. That will help. Hey, I don't know exactly where my life is going. I know I want to do something like this, talking to you like I am right now. But if you asked me to sit down and write a paragraph of what my life will be like exactly 10 years from now, I would tell you I'm not going to do that. There's so much more I could be doing for others right now. And when this is all over, I hope someone is standing in a cemetery in the middle of the pouring rain asking me for advice. I'm not saying I want to die. I'm saying I want to live.